Hello and welcome back to this playthrough of Dragon Age Inquisition. Well, we've defeated Hacken, and that's really all I wanted to do there. Actually, I didn't even care that much about Hacken. I just wanted the stat increases, and we got all of those. I reset my abilities mainly because I wanted to change this, where I had it going for 2 extra seconds every time I used an ability. This time I have no cooldown on these abilities. What's interesting is I have 2 extra skill points. Everything else is just the way it was before. But when I used that amulet to reset my powers, it didn't reset those. So those are still there, even though those took 2 skill points, and now I have 2 extra ability points that I had. And I am going to go with this when we get to this Trespasser DLC. There is this thing that I've never been able to get to, a loot chest, and I think I can use hook and tackle to get it. And this I'm just going to pick for the extra dexterity. Anyway, now I want to start the Descent DLC, but first I figure maybe it's time we ran around Skyhold and talked to people, make sure there's nothing new going on. I mean, Liliana may have something. Josephine may have something, I'm not sure. Well, we're still not at the end of this quest line. Nothing. We got a toy soldier. Hooray.
Have the supplies reached our people in the Arbor Wilds?
I made sure of it. Too many strange plants there. We don't need stomach cramps sweeping the army.
I don't know.
At your service.
Still trying to gather upgrades. I don't know.
Inquisitor.
All right.
Okay, let's go talk to people.
Everything's in place. Corypheus now waits on you to approach the Temple of Sacred Ashes. Still, do be careful, please.
Waits on you to that doesn't make any sense, given the context here.
What can I do for you, your inquisitorialness?
Carry on.
And I think Solus has basically already given us a goodbye. So,
Hello.
hello. I don't think I've asked this one before. Let's ask.
I'd be interested in hearing your opinions on Elven culture.
Perhaps you could ask Sarah. She has opinions.
Let's find out more, maybe why he doesn't like Sarah, and we can't ask Sarah. She's gone.
You don't much care for Sarah, do you?
I pity her. Although I imagine she would detest that. Perhaps in truth, I envy her. She has a purity of purpose that I lack. I have observed too much and done too little. What do you wish to know?
I'd like to know more about the elves from before our time.
The Dalish strive to remember Hallam Shiral. But Hallam Shiral was merely a fumbling attempt to recreate a forgotten land.
Arlathan.
Elvenan was the empire, and Arlathan its greatest city. Place of magic and beauty, lost to time.
This is a dialogue you can get before Skyhold. You can get this back in Haven. I wonder why we didn't get it earlier.
You've studied ancient elves. What else do you know of Arlathan?
We hear stories of them living in trees, and imagine wooden ramps or Dalish Erebels. Imagine instead spires of crystal twining through the branches, palaces floating among the clouds. Imagine beings who lived forever, for whom magic was as natural as breathing. That is what was lost.
I'd like to know more about Dalish elves.
It is a mistake to think of the Dalish as a single group. They have lived as separate clans for centuries now. As a consequence, each clan has learned, interpreted, and forgotten different parts of Elven history. Some trade freely with humans, or adopt city elves who flee the alienages. Others attack humans on sight.
What can you tell me about elves living in human cities?
The culture in alienages or among the slaves of Tevinter is like any of the impoverished and powerless. They cling to memories of a better past, and practice a few rituals to distinguish themselves from humans.
That's good enough.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
That's good enough. I didn't know why we didn't get this earlier, and now I got all these slight approvals.
You seem very interested in my opinions.
I think we already asked about the Imperium, or everything I'm going to
I
ask.
should go.
You know where I'll be.
Inquisitor, what can I do for you, darling?
I think I hit up all that stuff earlier, so... I didn't think anybody would really have anything to say. So far, I'm being proved pretty much right, except Liliana, I think, has something to talk about. I think. Let's find out. Yep.
I was pondering who might be divine, and it suddenly occurred to me. Is it so ridiculous for the Grand Clerics to support me? Why shouldn't they?
I don't support this. There are better candidates.
I see. Then I should be glad it's not up to you. It's time for change, Inquisitor. The Grand Clerics know that. The Chantry was a beacon of hope to me once, you know. In my years at Lothering's Chantry, we turned no one away from our doors. It was a refuge, a place of peace. I felt the Maker's presence and his love even when they told me he'd left us. This is the Chantry I know, the Chantry I wish the world to see.
The Chantry you describe is vastly different from the one I know.
But it could be this way, could it not? The Chantry dictated where it should have inspired. It spoke of judgment instead of acceptance. It should encourage the good in everyone, rather than rebuke us for our sins. No one should be turned away from our doors. No one is without worth. Whoever you are, whatever your mistakes, you are loved. Unconditionally, in your heart shall burn an unquenchable flame.
Well, it's nice, Liliana. But Mika's already made her choice. She thinks that Vivian would be the best choice. Keep them mages under control. That's Mika's thing. Alright, do you got anything? I don't think so.
I do not like having that mirror, Illuvian, in Skyhold. Corypheus may not be able to travel through it, but what if something else can?
Morgan's our expert on the Illuvian. If you're worried, why don't you ask her?
I did.
And?
She said I was unreasonable, then offered to explain how the Illuvian works using words with less than 4 syllables.
Ah.
The Circle had a library. I'm fairly well read.
Right.
I'm not unreasonable.
That's all for now.
Should you require anything, I'll be here.
Good to see you, boss.
Haven't we done a lot of this, I think? He really likes hitting things. I think I've done all of this.
I'd like to know more about the Kunari.
All right. Hit me.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
I guess I have hit that stuff before. Are we done with Cassandra yet? I think we might be, but I'm not sure. Let's check. Hello. Hello.
Is there anything you need?
I want to talk to you about the cure for Tranquility.
It's not a cure. Not truly. Mages who were once tranquil lose all control over their emotions. They become irrational, unable to focus. Perhaps that state eventually passes and they can be helped, but it will take time to investigate.
Mages unable to control their emotions? That sounds...
dangerous. I would not want news of a cure to spread until we know for certain we can help these people. Once we have that, however, then I will spread the word myself.
Do you have any advice for me?
It seems that Corypheus searches for elven artifacts. That's hardly surprising. Tevinter power is based on what those vultures scavenged from the ancient elves. Whatever advantage he hopes to gain, we need to stop him at once.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Another time. Okay, I guess nobody really had anything much to say. I think we've hit the end of the dialogue cycles. So let's go over here. And, I don't know, let's take Bull. And Solus. And Vivian. Yep, that sounds good. Oh, and I did put a superb cleansing room on that lyrium infused bow of mine. So I got two bows. The one with the hidden blades, and then my lyrium infused bow. And so I'm going to be using this lyrium infused bow for now, I think.
Inquisitor, the workers are almost done building a lift to the deep roads. No Darkspawn trouble yet, but the earthquakes have been brutal.
I was told to meet a Shaper Volta.
She's waiting below. You won't see an Orzammar dwarf on the surface. They have rules about that.
So you haven't seen any Darkspawn up here?
I sharpened my arrows just in case, but they never showed. I'm okay with that.
You'd think with so many of us up here, they'd relax the restrictions.
If anything, this breach business has made them even more cautious.
What if another earthquake seals us in?
If that happens, I'll dig you out myself. The lift's ready for you. Try not to shift around, and keep back from the edge. It's a long way down.
Ah!
Lowered into a hole. What an auspicious start.
We've been in worse places.
Perhaps you have, my dear.
So, the deep roads. Do you think there'll be tight spaces? Long hallways with low ceilings?
Possibly. Why?
Just hoping my horns fit.
Dwarves cannot dream, yet they devise the most fascinating inventions.
Not all ideas come from the Fade.
True, but these designs must be inspired by something.
Nalfric, your names will not be forgotten.
You must be Shaper Volta.
A Trustvala, Inquisitor. The Shaper it welcomes you to the deep roads.
Are there others around?
There's nothing to be done here but account for the dead. The rest are deeper into the roads. Our situation has worsened since we contacted Skyhold. The quakes collapsed this mine and shattered a seal, keeping the Darkspawn at bay. The Legion of the Dead hasn't been able to mend the broken seal, and we can't afford to lose any more lyrium.
The Inquisition stands ready to aid Orzammar. Without a steady lyrium supply, things on the surface will get even worse.
Even though Mika's a surface dwarf, you know, it's kind of like she should know all this stuff, so
Apologies
why
for
ask?
pushing you.
Aren't you a polite thing?
I fear the damage that tremor caused. Follow me to the Legion camp.
Yeah, Mika may be a surface dwarf, but she's gonna know about some of this stuff, right? Excuse me. There's deep roads right over there.
Keep your eyes open. These roads are dangerous.
Is that where we're going? Down there? I think it is. I think that's where we're going, down there. Thought we were supposed to be following, not leading.
An ogre!
Form up!
It's not focused on us! Now's the time to attack! Now, while it's distracted!
I think I might have liked that 2-second thing before better.
Strike now!
They're not supposed to have any cooldown.
It's not focused on us! Now's the time to attack! Strike now! Now, while it's distracted! You have my gratitude. If the ogre
Oh,
reaches
I
this
lost.
point, the Legion must
Shit.
be overwhelmed. Let us hurry.
Crap. Couldn't decide which one to pick. Oh, that looks good. Ooh. Yep, that looks very good. And people are leveling up. Okay, Vivian. No. No. I think I want to give you Flaming Array. Even though it'll probably overlap with Dorian's. But yeah, I'll give you Flaming Array. Solus. Definitely giving you that. And what's this one? Yeah, that one. Bull. What do we do with Bull? No. He dies enough. What does this thing do? Nah. I don't think he would use it right. Let's give him that. Seems like there's more of a chance that that'll work out than anything else.
I will never get used to the stench of Darkspawn. They corrupt everything, even the air. That's the broken seal ahead. It is worse than I thought.
I didn't see anyone down there.
Get those charges to the tunnels! Someone prime the sonic fuses!
We can't lose this position! Hurry!
Can't set the charges with those bastards breathing down our necks!
Clear out the Darkspawn!
On their heels. Keep it up! The seal's clear! Prime the charges!
Will I get to loot later? I don't know. Let's go set the charges. I wouldn't get to loot later. Alright. Alright. Establish a camp. Let's establish this camp. Alright, let's establish the camp.
Inquisitor, meet Lieutenant Wren, a veteran of the 5th Flight and one of the Legion's finest commanders.
Someone paid her to say that. Appreciate the help, Inquisitor. Collapsing that seal bought us time. Blighters had the run of these tunnels for days. Now they have a roadblock.
The Legion of the Dead has the Inquisition's full support.
That's the best news I've heard since the Quakes began. Actually, the only good news.
Take cover!
You heard that, yes? The rhythm in the tremors? It's clearer, stronger, more insistent.
I hear it. Doesn't prove a thing.
I heard it too.
These quakes are not a natural disaster. They're deliberate. There's an intelligence behind them.
I don't think the Lieutenant agrees with you.
Look, there is something strange causing the quakes. I'm just not sure what.
I found an ancient text during an expedition with Wren last year. At the time, it was just a curiosity. But now... the text describes giant creatures, called Titans, living deep underground. They sing in the stone, shaping it. When these quakes began, I believe we heard that rhythm. I believe a Titan is causing all this destruction.
I've never heard of Titans before. What else can you tell me about them?
The text I found predated the First Blight. Its pages had mostly rotted away. And there's no mention of the Titans in Orzamar's memories.
Which tells you something.
I did hear. I heard the rhythm. And the stone. We're gonna know something about the stone. Come on, we're a dwarf, right?
In my experience, no explanation is too strange to consider.
For all we know, that text you found was a bedtime story. We can't be sure until we find the source.
The rhythm I sense in the quakes is emanating from somewhere far below. The stone will lead us there.
And if it comes to a fight, that'll be our job. There's a lift at the side passage nearby. Ready when you are.
Okay. Do we have any expedition stuff to do right now? I don't think so. Oh, we do. What's this? Oh, we can't do it because everybody's... This is a Cullen thing and he is busy right now doing something or other. I don't know what. But, okay. Oh, I know what gets upgraded here. We get a store where we can buy things. There's deep roads right in there. Well, actually, this is the deep roads right here, too. Anyway, I think that's enough for this time. In the next episode, we will journey further down into the deep roads. And I might switch out Dorian for Solus. They don't really have a whole lot to say down here. Your companions don't have a whole lot to say. So, it doesn't really much matter. I was hoping to get something from Solus, but we didn't get much. Anyway, that's enough for now. Until next time.